Well, hi there guys, and welcome to another video. So guys, today I find myself at an airport, as I'm sure many of you often do. And I've noticed that queue lengths for various things at an airport, such as checking in and dropping bags and passport control and so on and so forth, are very variable from airport to airport, airline to airline, time of day to time of day, and just pure fortune, it seems. And I was thinking, how could we remedy that? How could we ensure that the right people are getting the premium experience and the wrong people are not? And of course, the simple and obvious answer is ticket price. I mean, this already exists. You pay for a more premium ticket, such as business or first class, and you enjoy a separate line, as well you should, where hopefully you'll receive a faster treatment. But I was thinking, perhaps there should also be some kind of merit-based system for people who are not spending large amounts of money to improve their position in the queue. And I was thinking, what would be good is if you, as an individual, identified perhaps by passport number, were tracked at every stage of your airport experience. So, from the point at which you enter the airport, you are perhaps, through some means of image recognition, uniquely tracked throughout the airport, and you're attached to your passport number at such time as you engage with some official that checks that. And let's say, for example, you arrive at bag drop, and you drop your bag, and you do it very well. Maybe it's a self-service bag drop, and you scan your necessary document, you receive your tag, you attach it to your bag wheels off, and they email you your bag receipt, and you step away, and the entire experience was, let's say, 20 seconds. So you've there you are, 20 seconds, and everybody who uses the same feature is measured in the same way. And let's imagine that 20 seconds puts you in the top 5 percentile of people. You would be awarded a score for that. You're well above the average, and so you receive a weighting which represents you. Let's imagine you then go on to passport control, and you get to passport control and you don't have your passport ready, and you faff around, and you're asked questions and you faff over the answers, and you take a long time, and maybe it takes you 3 or 4 minutes, and maybe you're in the bottom 30% there of people, and that would weight you negatively in the process. Similarly, let's imagine. I don't know, you're at an airport shop, and you again faff around. You get the rough idea, okay? Any interaction you have with the airport, you receive a score for how long you take. Now, granted, some of these things would be outside your control. You might just have a staff member who's not very good at doing their job that slows you down. But let's assume you travel frequently through an airport. On average, it's you who is the common factor here, and it's you who is the one who is affecting this overall. So yes, the more times you go through an airport, the more confidence there is in your score. Anyway, what would this score be used for? Well, my view would be that for people travelling, economy, there would be a number of lines. There would perhaps be a line for the bottom 40% by speed through the airport, and a line for the 40 to 80%, and then another line for the top 20%. And you'd be invited to enter that line based on your scoring from all of your previous trips through the airport. Maybe averaged over the last 3 or 4 times through the airport, or 3 or 4 years or something. And yes, if you had consistently demonstrated that you were competent at using the automated systems, or answering the questions, or any facet of the airport, wherever there's any kind of possibility for a line to form, you would go into a preferential line of people who are usually dealt with more quickly, and so you would get through more quickly. That's just my idea. I think it would be good. I don't like waiting behind people who faff around. I find it very irritating when I go to bag drop and take maximum 1 minute, and I was waiting behind people who were averaging about 5 minutes and faffing. Just my opinion. It's a merit-based system. Still, better to just lump down a bunch of extra money for a ticket and get in the business class line. Well, those are my thoughts for today. I hope you found that interesting and certainly informative. If you have any opinions about my system and would like to weigh in on alternative systems that you've considered for the purpose, or any suggestions on my system, then please do so in the comments below. Otherwise, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I'm going to go and get on my flight back to Blighty now. So I guess until the next video, guys, there's very little more for me to say except, well, goodbye.